that the information I shall give to the committee on appointments shall be the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. Thank you. I can now invite the nominee to introduce himself and make a brief statement of himself for 3 minutes.
I am Elijah Obwori, and I was born on the 25th of December 1965. I went to school, primary, in Yamache Primary School, then proceeded to secondary school, Kisii Progressive High School, and to the Kamagambo High School for Form 5 and 6, and eventually to Kenyatta University, where I attained a bachelor's degree of arts. I got employed as a teacher, and that is in the year 1990. And over the years, I have gone back to college and attained postgraduate diploma in education from Kenyatta University in 1996, and went further to JKU Arts for master's degree in strategic management. So I have been an employee of the Teacher Service Commission for 16 years, and also an employee of the Public Service Commission for also 16 years. Now, the latter 16 years I have been in vocational and technical training, having served as a district youth officer in Homa Bay for 3 years, and then I served as a provincial director of youth affairs in Nyanza province for 2 years before devolution came. That is when I moved to Nairobi, the Ministry of Education headquarters, where I have been serving vocational training centers from at the policy level when devolution took place. So I can say that I have knowledge and experience in that area from the national outlook. I'm married also with 4 kids, all who are adults. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Now I can invite the nominee to submit his original certificates for the verification by the committee members. Honorable members, as we are verifying the certificates, I can open the floor, starting from myself. Mr. Richard,
Yes.
can you there with this committee, your financial net worth, and at the same time, explain to the committee your current and the anticipated sources of income?
My current net worth is approximately 26 million. And this is from parcels of land in Kisii County. I have approximately 7 acres of land, which I estimate an acre to be roughly conservative, 3 million. So that brings to 21,000. I have shares in Mwalimu Sacco, 1.5. I have a piece of land in Ngong, which is about 1.5. And I have also a piece of land in Narok, which is approximately 1 million. So I have a vehicle which is also approximately 1 million. I think that and a few cows. So that is my net worth. The second question, they anticipated in those parcels of land there is steep, so which roughly brings in about 500,000 in a year. But also those resources are. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now the floor is open to members to ask questions. Yes, madam.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, Mr. Elijah, my name is Lydia. I just have one question I would like to ask you. So you were told you are going to be given this chance. Can you be able to tell us the kind of approaches, the kind of methodologies that you can be able to put in place to ensure that we can be able to promote the alcohol education within our county?
Thank you. There are several strategies that can be put in place. One of them is that these institutions receive very small children, and the environment needs to be very conducive for their operation. So one of the strategies is to ensure that their safety is well catered for, their health is well catered for, and the general environment in which they are going to stay in is conducive for such child to stay comfortably. Two, it has to do with the human resource. So the people who are handling these young children needs to be motivated. They need to operate also in a conducive environment. They need materials which will keep them and make them to
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Sayers, good morning. Assume today you have been given the role of a C.E.C. education. But you know, Kisii County, we are from ODM government, right?
Yes.
And the C.E.C. of the national government is also Kisii, who happened to vie for Governor Kisii. He was a rival. He was looking for governor, and the current governor is from ODM and is from UDA. And now that he's the Minister for Education, are you going to work together so that our people can benefit? Or you're going to start showing side swords?
Thank you. I'm a team player. I will work with him because we are serving Kenyans. I need his support because at some point we have to come together and serve the people. So the politics will not come and interfere with service delivery.
Thank you. Beatrice.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Elijah, my concern is with the ECD teachers. As you are aware, our ECD teachers are being underpaid and they work on a contractual basis. As you have been elected here, what will you do to solve that?
Thank you. The issue of ECD teachers' employment is a funny issue. It has been there for a very long time, but it is time that we have to make a decision and take them on board. So I'm aware that there is a scheme of service which has been developed, and in some counties it is being implemented, where there is recognition of ECD teachers with equal terms of remuneration like any other teacher. So in our county, I will endeavor to implement that scheme of service, and at the same time, we employ those ECD teachers.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Elijah, I'm a secretary. Mine is very simple. As per your experience as a teacher, kindly advise us or tell us the ratio, teacher-pupil ratio in ECD, and if there is gaps, what are you going to do to fill those gaps? And then the second one is about C.E.C.M. Briefly, what can you comment about C.E.C.M? Thank you.
Let me start with the competence-based curriculum. Now, in C.E.C.M, that is an area where children, and especially in senior school, they are going to be introduced, junior and senior school, they are going to be introduced, or they are being introduced into some technical skills areas. So, in relation to our mandates as the county, there is a point where we are likely to give support to the CPC, especially within our TVET institutions, where we are likely to come with a framework for management of the CPC and that interface, where our institutions are likely to be used for instructions for a short time, especially in those institutions which are close to secondary schools and the like. And
Teacher ratio.
yes,
The learner teacher ratio.
the learner-teacher ratio is 1 to, I think in ECD I may not, but normally it is 1 to 20 to 15. Yes.
Honorable Claire. Alex.
Chairman, thank you. Chairman, before
No, it's okay. Let the fellows finish first.
in line with what the Honorable Charlie asked about the ratio, now I think it's 1 to around 25 there. If I'm not wrong, because you are a teacher, I'm not a teacher, I am an entrepreneur, so I'm not that's not my field. Honorable Mr. Richard, now that we have a ratio of 1 to 15, as you say, do you think that we have enough ECD teachers in Kisii County? And if not so, what are your plans to cap this?
If the data that I have is correct, of about 60,000, then we do not have enough. But even nationally, you can see that when it comes to teacher-student ratio, it's an area that you cannot attain within a short time. But it is something we can improve policies and work towards achieving with time. what I will only do is that we have to start somewhere and try to achieve the optimum teacher-student ratio with time. But it is better for us to start than just wait. But I know they are not enough.
What is the consequences of waiting? Could you also hold our children back at our homes as you prepare yourself to address the issue?
We cannot wait, but we will be walking the walk with time as we implement.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Felix.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Elijah, I have one question. And my question is about the technical training colleges and technical training institutions that we have in our county. As you know, our county has really invested heavily in those institutions. Now my question is, when we go to those institutions, we find out that the numbers, which I mean students, most of them don't have students. You find a structure, and the county government maybe is allocating money, but the facility is not fully in operation. As a C.E.C., what are the plans that we are going to put in place to make sure that these institutions are active and maybe they are in proper use?
Thank you. That issue has been there for some time, where we have institutions and they are not populated. One, we can attribute it to shortage of trainers. You know, as parents, you like your child or these adult people to go to a place where training and learning is taking place. Of shortage of trainers will have to be addressed. There is also the issue of tools and equipment, which may also not be adequate or not be there in some of those institutions. That is also an area that can be addressed in order to attract these trainers. Now, to cap it, we will have to carry out advocacy forums and involve chiefs and other leaders to sensitize the youth who are out there that these institutions they can join these institutions so that they can be trained and be useful in society through the various ways.
Yes. I want to suggest to you what I want to see you do 3 months you are in office. But it seems you are in the same class with Fred Okengo-Matian.
Yes.
And you almost look alike. Are you related?
No, we are not.
Yeah, that's what I like a lot. I wanted you to smile. You know we haven't seen your smile. So I wanted to see it. And you know these are your friends. These are the people you want to work with. So be easy.
Okay.
Now, you've been given a docket that is very critical. Actually, I have a lot of passion in what you've been given. And at one point, I almost wanted to ask that job from the governor, but I was not ready to resign. So that's why I didn't ask. Skill development is what you have been doing in vocational training. We are going to give you money in the budget so that in the vocational centers that we have, you develop capacity to make uniforms so that the Kireli, the Cardinal Tungas, the Blues will not go to buy from Nairobi. Take note of that. So you ask us for money. Number 2, the countries that have developed, Japan, China, is because of skill development. So Kisii, assume Kisii is a country. We want you to go that way. Number 3, the bursary. You are going to be in charge of the bursary. So you half of it. Don't take it to secondary schools or universities. Take it to vocational training. Then lastly, ECD centers. You have to go and develop capacity. Those young children are using toilets for the adults. That is a very sorry state. That is something that you have to do very quickly. So for me, I'll leave you at that. I've given you what you're going to do in the next 3 months. And 3 months, we're going to do a job. And once you do that, this team will want to be taken out with you to China to see how skill development is done. Is that okay? Are you ready for it?
Yes, Mr.
Thank you.
Finding out from all of Badi already approved the nominee. This one for you, not Thank you.
No, that was my approach.
I think you're members. That's where we have the assessments individually. And it's only that the ASRIC, this assessment is not binding us as committee members. So,
I didn't want to ask him questions. I gave answers.
Mr. Erija, thank you very much for participating in this bonus exercise. I think before we finish, I want to give you some few minutes. If you have any comments you want to share with the committee, or if you have any question you want to ask, you can do it. That's for 2 minutes.
Thank the committee for allowing me to appear before you. If you consider me to work in the county and with you, I will ask that you consider me so that I can work with you. I want to be thankful for allowing me to appear before you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We will get back to you, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Make sure that you have all your original certificates. And now, Mr. Richard, you are free. Thank you.
Take my phone from water with you.